Our ability to perceive the world around us relies on our sense organs. These specialized organs allow us to detect changes in both our external and internal environments. From the brightness of sunlight to the subtle taste of food, sense organs are constantly at work, gathering information and sending it to the brain for interpretation. In this video, we'll explore how each sense organ functions, starting with the eyes and ears, and how their unique structures help us experience life in vivid detail. Let's begin our journey into the fascinating world of human senses. Humans have 5 primary senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. Each sense is linked to a specific organ: eyes for sight, ears for hearing, tongue for taste, nose for smell, and skin for touch. These organs contain specialized cells called receptors that detect specific types of stimuli. For example, photoreceptors in the eyes respond to light, while mechanoreceptors in the skin respond to pressure and touch. Together, these senses provide a complete picture of our surroundings and help us interact safely and effectively with the world. At the heart of every sense organ are receptors, specialized cells or tissues that detect specific stimuli. Receptors convert physical or chemical signals from the environment into electrical impulses that the brain can interpret. For example, photoreceptors in the eyes detect light, while chemoreceptors in the nose and tongue detect chemicals responsible for smell and taste. Mechanoreceptors in the skin respond to touch and pressure, and phonoreceptors in the ears detect sound. These receptors are essential for transforming environmental information into sensations. There are several types of receptors, each sensitive to a different kind of stimulus. Mechanoreceptors respond to mechanical changes like touch and pressure, found mainly in the skin. Chemoreceptors detect chemical changes, enabling taste and smell. Photoreceptors, located in the retina of the eye, respond to light. Thermoreceptors sense changes in temperature, while phonoreceptors are responsible for detecting sound. This diversity allows our bodies to interpret a wide range of environmental cues. The eyes are perhaps our most complex sense organs, allowing us to perceive light, color, and movement. Positioned in protective sockets called orbits at the front of the head, the eyes are shielded by eyelids, which can close to block out light and protect against injury. Eyebrows help prevent sweat and rain from entering the eyes, while tear glands keep the surface moist and clean. Let's take a closer look at the structure and function of the eye. Tear glands or lacrimal glands are located at the upper side of each eye socket. They produce tears that lubricate the eye, wash away dust, and contain lysozyme, an enzyme that helps kill germs. Tears also play a role in expressing emotions. The nasolacrimal duct carries excess tears into the nasal cavity, which is why your nose may run when you cry. This system keeps the eyes healthy and functioning properly. The conjunctiva is a thin, transparent membrane that covers the front part of the eye and lines the inside of the eyelids. It helps protect the eye from dust, debris, and microorganisms. When infected, the conjunctiva can become red and swollen, a condition known as conjunctivitis or pink eye. This common eye disease is usually caused by a viral infection and can be easily spread from person to person. The eyeball is made up of 3 main layers. The outermost layer is the sclerotic or sclera, a tough, white, fibrous tissue that maintains the shape of the eye. At the front, it becomes transparent and forms the cornea, allowing light to enter. The middle layer, called the choroid, contains blood vessels and pigment to nourish the eye and prevent light scattering. The innermost layer is the retina, which contains the light-sensitive cells, rods, and cones. The sclera is the white, outermost layer of the eye, providing protection and structure. At the front of the eye, the sclera becomes the cornea, a clear dome-shaped surface that covers the colored part of the eye. The cornea plays a crucial role in focusing light onto the retina, helping us see clearly. Any damage or disease affecting the cornea can significantly impact vision. The choroid is the middle layer of the eye, rich in blood vessels and dark pigment. This pigment absorbs stray light, preventing internal reflection and ensuring clear vision. At the front, the choroid forms the ciliary body and the iris. The iris is the colored part of the eye and controls the size of the pupil, regulating the amount of light that enters. The muscles in the iris adjust the pupil size in response to light intensity. The retina is the innermost layer of the eye and is responsible for detecting light. It contains 2 types of photoreceptor cells, rods and cones. Rods are sensitive to dim light and help us see in low light conditions, but they do not detect color. Cones, on the other hand, are responsible for color vision and work best in bright light. The retina converts light into electrical signals that are sent to the brain via the optic nerve. The yellow spot, or macula lutea, is a small area on the retina with the highest concentration of cone cells. This region provides the sharpest and most detailed vision, especially for color. When you read or focus on an object, your eyes naturally move so that the image falls on the yellow spot. That's why we move our eyes from word to word while reading, a process that ensures the clearest possible view. Just beside the yellow spot is the blind spot, an area on the retina where there are no photoreceptor cells. This is the point where the optic nerve exits the eye, carrying visual information to the brain. Because there are no rods or cones here, any image that falls on the blind spot cannot be seen. Normally, our brains fill in this gap so we don't notice it in everyday life. The lens is a transparent, flexible biconvex structure located just behind the pupil. It is held in place by suspensory ligaments attached to the ciliary body. The lens changes shape to focus light from objects at various distances onto the retina, a process called accommodation. This flexibility allows us to see both near and distant objects clearly. Any loss of flexibility can lead to vision problems. The lens divides the eye into two chambers. The aqueous chamber, located between the lens and cornea, is filled with a clear, watery fluid called aqueous humor. This fluid keeps the lens moist, protects it from shock, and helps refract light. The vitreous chamber behind the lens contains a thicker jelly-like fluid called vitreous humor. This substance helps maintain the shape of the eyeball and protects the retina and its nerve endings. Myopia, or nearsightedness, is a condition where close objects are seen clearly but distant objects appear blurred. This happens when the eyeball is too long or the lens is too curved, causing light to focus in front of the retina. Myopia can be corrected with concave, diverging lenses which help focus light properly onto the retina. The power of these glasses is indicated with a minus sign. Hyperopia, also known as farsightedness, makes it difficult to see nearby objects clearly. This defect occurs when the eyeball is too short or the lens is too flat, causing images to focus behind the retina. Hyperopia is corrected using convex, converging lenses which bring the image forward onto the retina. The power of these glasses is indicated with a plus sign. Astigmatism is a vision defect where some parts of an object appear in focus while others are blurred. This is usually caused by an uneven curvature of the cornea. The irregular shape prevents light from focusing evenly on the retina. Astigmatism can be corrected with cylindrical lenses, which compensate for the uneven curvature and help produce a clear image. Presbyopia is a common eye condition that affects older adults. As we age, the lens of the eye loses flexibility, making it difficult to focus on close objects. This results in a kind of farsightedness. Presbyopia is usually corrected with convex lenses, which help focus light onto the retina for clear near vision. A cataract is a condition where the lens of the eye becomes opaque, leading to reduced vision or even blindness. Cataracts are most common in older adults but can occur at any age. Treatment involves surgically removing the cloudy lens and replacing it with a plastic lens implant or using strong convex glasses. Modern surgical techniques have made cataract treatment highly effective. Night blindness is a condition where a person has difficulty seeing in low light or at night. This happens when the rods in the retina cannot produce enough visual purple, a pigment necessary for dim light vision. The most common cause is a deficiency of vitamin A, which is essential for the synthesis of this pigment. Ensuring a diet rich in vitamin A can help prevent night blindness. Color blindness is a genetic condition where individuals cannot distinguish between certain colors, most commonly red and green. This defect is due to the absence or malfunction of specific cone cells in the retina. Color blindness is more common in males and is usually inherited. While there is no cure, most people adapt well to this condition. Corneal opacities occur when the cornea becomes scarred or turns opaque, leading to vision problems or even blindness. This can result from injury, infection, or disease. In severe cases, the damaged cornea can be replaced with a healthy one from a donor, restoring vision and improving quality of life. A squint or strabismus is a condition where the eyes do not align properly. One or both eyes may turn inward cross-eye or outward wide-eye, causing double vision or diplopia. This can be corrected with surgery or special exercises. Early treatment is important to prevent long-term vision problems and to ensure both eyes work together effectively. The human ear is responsible for two vital functions, hearing and maintaining balance. It is divided into three main parts: the outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. Each part has a unique structure and role in processing sound and helping us stay upright. Let's explore how the ear works to keep us connected to our environment. The outer ear consists of the pinna, the visible part that collects sound waves, and the auditory canal, which channels these waves to the eardrum. The shape of the pinna helps capture sounds from the environment, making it easier to detect the direction of noises. The auditory canal also protects the eardrum from foreign objects and infections. The middle ear contains three tiny bones called ossicles. the malleus hammer, incus anvil, and stapes stirrup. These bones amplify sound vibrations and transmit them to the inner ear. The eustachian tube connects the middle ear to the throat, helping equalize air pressure on both sides of the eardrum, which is essential for proper hearing. The inner ear is made up of the cochlea, semicircular canals, and vestibule. The cochlea is a spiral-shaped organ that contains sensory cells for hearing. The semicircular canals and vestibule are responsible for balance. The cochlea converts sound vibrations into electrical signals, while the semicircular canals detect changes in head position and movement. Hearing begins when the pinna collects sound waves and directs them through the auditory canal to the eardrum. The eardrum vibrates, setting the ossicles in motion. The stapes transmits these vibrations to the oval window, which leads to the cochlea. Inside the cochlea, fluid vibrations stimulate hair cells, which generate nerve impulses sent to the brain via the auditory nerve. This complex process allows us to perceive and interpret sounds. The inner ear is also responsible for maintaining balance. The semicircular canals detect dynamic equilibrium, helping us stay balanced while moving. The utriculus and sacculus, located in the vestibule, sense static equilibrium or balance when we are still. Sensory cells in these structures send information to the brain about head position and movement, allowing us to maintain posture and coordination.